and welcome to the Visionary VA podcast, the go-to show for ambitious virtual assistants who are ready to stop trading their time for money and start scaling their businesses into thriving agencies. I'm Holly Copsey, founder of the award-winning agency Virtually Priceless and the Visionary VA Circle community. Each week, I'm here to bring you actionable strategies, proven systems, and mindset shifts to help you transition from a solo VA to a visionary agency owner. If you're ready to grow your business to dizzying new heights with less stress and more success, you're in the right place. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Visionary VA podcast. Do you ever feel like you're juggling so many tasks that there's barely time left to grow your business or even take a breath? I've been there, so I know how much of a struggle it can be. Today, we're tackling one of the most game-changing shifts you can make as a business owner, getting help in your own business. As a VA, you probably spend a lot of time convincing your clients why they need support, but how often do you apply that same advice to yourself? In this episode, I'll walk you through why you need help, how to start small, and how to make it work, even if you're worried about the cost. Many VAs on the journey of growing their business have a bit of a mental block around getting help and support in their own business. It comes up quite often when I'm running mentoring sessions, and it's something that every lead VA you speak to will have varying quantities of. My thoughts on this are very much that we should be practicing what we preach. So if it's a message we're repeatedly sharing with our clients, we should be taking that advice on board for ourselves. If you want to grow your business, or even if you just want to have a semblance of a work-life balance, you can't and shouldn't be doing everything. Now, when I say can't, I don't mean because you're incapable. I love the fact that I've got a pretty good handle on all aspects of my business, and I'm perfectly capable of running it single-handedly, as I did in the early days. What I mean is, you can't be doing all the things operationally in the background and delivering client work and working on business development. Even if you think you're doing all of these things, it's highly likely that you're not doing one or more of them as well as you could be, or to the standard they require to take your business to the next level. I am so guilty of this over the years, and it can take some time to fully recognize where you should and shouldn't be spending your time. You have to learn to delegate if you want to grow. And I don't just mean in terms of the size of your business. I mean in terms of growth from a personal development perspective as well. Think about all the reasons that you give prospective clients in your marketing or on a call that very clearly show why they should be outsourcing to a VA. Then apply that reasoning to your own business. The most common cause I hear cited as the reasons VAs can't have their own support is affordability. But if you're running a profitable business and are truly committed to creating your own success, then you'll see it as an investment rather than a cost. Think about it. If you free up just 5 hours a week by delegating tasks, you could spend 20 hours growing your business or actually enjoying your life. So, where do you start with help in your own business? Again, think about the advice you give to clients to help them figure out what they need to outsource. If you track your time for working on your own business, review where you're spending it, or perhaps more importantly, where you're not spending it. Ask yourself, what's causing you overwhelm? What are you neglecting? What work do you really dislike doing? What could be easily delegated or systemized? What tasks are you constantly procrastinating on because you hate doing them? And what could you achieve if someone else handled the work that drains your energy? This exercise should be quite telling and will often point to where you most need help. There's no right or wrong with where you should start with support. It's an entirely personal choice. For many, including me, the first thing to outsource is often bookkeeping. Having someone take control of your invoicing and keeping your accounts in order is incredibly satisfying and can really help to improve your cash flow if you struggle to get your invoices out early in the month. I love watching all the invoices fly out and the payments start to roll in without having to lift a finger. Another area that is very easily overlooked when you're busy is keeping up with your social media. There are varying degrees of help you can have here. It could be that you bring someone in to help you come up with your content strategy. Then they draft the posts and handle the entire process. You might want to create the content yourself and just have some help with creating graphics and scheduling publication. Or perhaps you need help with just one aspect, such as editing videos, copywriting, or creating a regular newsletter. If you're ramping up your recruitment efforts or have already grown your team beyond a few people, having some support with operations and HR can really lighten the load. Over the last few years, I've worked with my VA to build out our entire recruitment process, and she now runs about 90% of that, only involving me or others where she needs to. She manages all of the applications, helps with shortlisting, schedules tasks, liaises with candidates, sets up interviews, requests references, oversees onboarding, and follows up with the entire team regarding their annual renewals for insurances and ICO registrations. There's a lot to think about, and having someone else keep on top of the detail, making sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, is not only incredibly important, but hugely reassuring, because I know I'm just too busy running other areas of the business to keep on top of all of that. There really are so many possible options, and it's down to you to work out what the priorities are for your business and your sanity. It's not extravagant to have support. It's a sensible business investment. So think about what's going to help move the needle for you and where you really need to spend your time and how busy and distracted you are just trawling through admin. If you're going to step up and be a true leader, you have to do things differently. And you can implement help gradually and map out a plan for hitting certain milestones before you bring on the next person. As I mentioned, I started with bookkeeping, then HR support, then social media support, and now I also have a video editor, copywriter, and web developer working with us on a regular basis. But that didn't happen overnight. It has taken years to get the business to the size that warrants that level of help. So if you don't bring on help right away, start thinking about what you most need help with and decide at what point you are going to bring someone on board. Then, as you're networking with other VAs, building relationships and learning more about what they do and your wider network, you can keep in mind the type of person you need and what role you're looking to fill. If you're in VA groups, ask for recommendations. You'll be amazed how many VAs share contacts for superstars they have supporting them in their own business. So, to recap, to get started with helping your business, you should track your time and identify tasks to delegate. Start small, perhaps with something like bookkeeping or social media support, and build relationships now so you're ready when you need the support. Remember, it's not extravagant. It's an investment in your success. This week, I challenge you to track your time and pinpoint one task you could outsource. Then start exploring your options. Ask for recommendations, reach out to your network, and take that first step towards scaling your business. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Visionary VA podcast. I hope you're walking away with fresh ideas and inspiration to scale your VA business. Don't forget to check out our free mini course on building solid business foundations
perfect for setting your VA agency up for success without the overwhelm. You'll find the link in the show notes. If you enjoyed the show, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a review. See you next week.